just sort of, hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all well. So today I just wanted to make a little update video. As of today, it has been 1 full week since I took the jump and finally went to the doctors and accepted the fact that I need some help with regards to my mental health. And it's been a few years now of trying to convince myself that I can kind of beat this depression on my own with no chemical assistance, but I think it's getting to the point now where I don't really see any. Yeah, so essentially I've sort of given in, or not given in, but I've kind of bit the bullet and I've sought after. I think I've just finally came to the point where it's been long enough. It's been a few years now of just feeling completely worthless. So, and it's just there's no way to live, and no matter what I do in terms of trying to reroute my routine, switch up my lifestyle, I just don't seem to be getting beyond a certain point. Like I'll get to a point of like clarity sometimes, but it's never any better than that. It's never just basically the highest level of happiness I think I've achieved in the last couple of years is just feeling okay, and that's not really good enough. So my dad sort of twisted my arm and said that I need to go to the doctors and actually commit to doing something about this. So I did that. I went to the doctors a week ago today, Monday, and so I went to the doctors and basically I sat down next to the doctor and she was like, "So what's up?" You know what I mean? Like, because I'm in there for a reason, and I couldn't find the words. I couldn't find the words to tell her, and I just burst out. I just kind of burst out crying. It was weird, like for so long I've been sort of planning in my head how I would articulate the things that I've been going through when it got to this situation, because shut up. Clearly knew it was always going to be a possibility that it was going to come to this point where I would have to eventually go and actually take something. I knew it was a possibility. I was hoping that I could fight it and do it on my own, but I couldn't. But obviously you run through these conversations in your head that if the moment was to come where I was to go to the doctor and say, actually, yeah, give me these pills, or give me something, do something, like, hey, help me, I need your help. You plan out that conversation in your head. So I went through that conversation like ad nauseum countless times. And when I got into the office, I was lost for words, and all I could do was cry. And within about 5 minutes, she'd kind of, well, it went from that to like 5 minutes later, she hit me up, like, and standing and like kind of going a bit crazy, kind of just talking about things, and like, so basically she's probing me and going through my sort of history and like my experiences, like from childhood, like through my formative years all the way up until now, and I'm in my mid-20s. So, but she kind of like hit some talking points that kind of obviously struck a nerve, and by that point I was kind of up and I was anxious and I was exhausted because I was just like ranting and raving about stuff. And she'd identified that it'd be good to, so I get on the first rung of the ladder and go on FLUOXETINE, better known as PROZAC, which is something I've sort of fought in the past, like kind of the decision to go on that, and decided against it. But I was of the mindset when I went in to see her that I didn't want to take any sort of medication. I just wanted to go in and just see what my options were. I didn't want to subscribe to anything. But she sort of agreed. She said, if you don't want to take them, don't take them. Maybe like narrative therapy would be your best sort of option. And I was like, well, right, okay. And I'm terrible. Like, I'm one of these people that really doesn't like to talk about problems, and I don't, because I've never found any real benefit in it. So I was like, yeah, I'm happy to give that a bash, blah blah blah. And within the 10-15 minutes I was in there, she'd changed her mind and said that actually, despite me not wanting to be on the pills, that she recommends that I actually should go on the pills, because she can see that I'm like physically exhausted and anxious about like when talking about this stuff, and how much it's just kind of like weighing me down. And so she thought the best solution was to at least temporarily go on FLUOXETINE while going through narrative therapy, and then potentially beyond narrative therapy going on to CBT. So yeah, that's that. But anyway, that's all incoherent ranting. This video was actually supposed to be about my personal experience within the first week of taking FLUOXETINE. Now, I was prescribed 20 milligrams of FLUOXETINE capsules. I've been given a 6-week prescription to take 1 pill a day, so 20 milligrams a day. But it's well documented that in that time, that 4 to 6 weeks, you can be extremely susceptible to, and you're really likely to be susceptible to, a varying degree of side effects. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to talk about what I've experienced so far, and I wanted to just sort of diarise that. And now that I've been a week in, and I should be experiencing some side effects by now. So yeah, so first of all, there has been some side effects, but I'm perfectly willing to stick it out to beyond the 6 weeks. I really want to give this a good go. It's kind of like a last ditch effort now. I can't keep going. I can't keep going on the way I'm going on. I'm going to stick to this as long as it takes, and hopefully it helps. So the first day that I took the first FLUOXETINE capsule was on the Monday after I came back from the doctor's. Immediately I felt almost like a placebo effect. I actually felt quite good, because I feel like that was my body saying, yes, good, do something about this, and it was like my mind telling my body, oh, something's happening here. I don't by any stretch of the imagination believe that there was any actual anatomical or like biological or chemistry related effect. There was nothing physical there, but it was definitely like a mental thing. I felt great. A couple of hours later, I started to get a sore head. Not a really sore head actually, it was just a little bit of pressure. I felt like round my head there was just this little band of pressure, which was kind of fluctuate. It would kind of go up and down, and then the rest of that evening, my joints started to kind of hurt, like my bones, just my entire body actually. It wasn't really sore, but it was definitely uncomfortable. Certainly nothing I would say was painful. It was just a little bit of discomfort. As well as that, dry mouth. My energy levels definitely fluctuated up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, I felt like I had all this pent up energy, but I didn't have anything to do with it, so I was just pacing up and down the flat. I just found myself pacing for a good, like, must have been 10 hours, just up and down the flat, sitting down, get back up, like all this pent up energy, and then it would disappear. So that was quite strange and generally unproductive. It was a very unproductive day. In terms of going to sleep, I had some vivid I didn't have any problems going to sleep that night. I went to sleep at an alright time. I think I slept for a decent amount of time as well. But I had some really sort of crazy, vivid dreams. I don't often remember my dreams, but I can remember them quite clearly. In terms of waking up the next morning, the day after, it was a real struggle to get out of bed. Like a real proper struggle to get out of bed in the morning. Like, I felt drunk. I felt totally inebriated. I was getting up, there was just like no lucidity about me. I was just kind of falling about, my legs kind of felt like jelly. I eventually managed to sort of get myself into a state of normality by having a cup of coffee and some breakfast, and as well as that I could eat. Like, there was nothing, like, appetite was fine. I was able to eat. I know that some people lose a lot of weight on FLUOXETINE, that remains to be seen yet. And again, my energy levels were just kind of up and down, up and down. And to be honest, in terms of the side effects that I had on the first day, that's pretty much been the side effects that I've had throughout the week. So it's just been the same. I've not had anything crazy. The only thing that's been a bit disconcerting is I've had some hallucinations, but I don't want to say hallucinations because it's been more sort of peripheral hallucinations. Like, if I'm looking at you and all the sides here are out of focus, I feel like there's kind of a level of uncertainty there. It feels like the shadows moving, it feels like there's things crawling across the floor, not like any real things, but like little specks of shadow and light, and just some movement there that I've otherwise not ever experienced in my life. So that's been strange, and the things that I do focus on do seem really sort of crispy and jaggy and clear. Not like good, just like overwhelmingly kind of there. I think because everything here is a bit sort of distorted. So my intention is to do a weekly update on getting through this 6 weeks. I've noticed on YouTube that so many people have done videos on this, but the majority of kind of stop updating after the second or third week. I want to kind of follow it through and then follow it into the actual. I just want to kind of follow it all the way through the first 6 weeks, and then even further to actually give a proper, accurate update on how this medication has at least affected me, so that people can, I don't know, maybe learn something from it, and I hope they do. But yeah, so I'm going to check out the now. This is just a wee video diary. I know it's a bit rambling, a bit kind of doesn't make much sense, but I am completely fucking drugged up, so please forgive me. Yeah, that's it. I've got a wee, when I laugh, I get a wee sore head, but whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope it was some sort of help, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.